mind all the things I never close my eyes, and the sky's on fire. I can't waste another night sitting here alone. We can do it all again, and I'll never let you go.
It is January 1st, 2023. So welcome to April Pointer. This is my lifestyle, creativity, wellness channel. Just me, all the things I want to do here. And I'm excited to have you come along. If you are from the Blushing Phoenix community, then welcome. If you are not sure what Blushing Phoenix is, then you should go check out Blushing Phoenix. It is a chronic blushing and erythrophobia, which is the fear of turning red. Who knew that's a thing? But it is a thing. And it is something that I overcame myself, and I help others understand that they are so much more than the insecurity of the redness that they deal with. And so that's what Blushing Phoenix is. So anyway, so excited, hit the tree. So excited to have you guys over here as well, just to see a little more context to my life. And I will talk about things, I keep hitting the tree, talking with my hands. I will be talking about some of that stuff here as well, because it's just part of my life. And I think a big thing that we talk about on Blushing Phoenix a lot is that I am still living my life with that flushing that happens to me. And this channel will probably show you, or hope to show you, that just continue living life. I know I talk a lot about this stuff on my Blushing Phoenix channel, but my life is literally so much more than that. So it is January 1st, and it's about 9:45 a.m. and I've already had breakfast, I've already had some coffee, but I figure I would just kind of take you along through the day. I don't really know that anything exciting is happening today. All right, let's go do some stuff in the kitchen. It's dark out here. Also, first, water. What the freak? What? What is happening in here? Hello. Hello. Can you say hi to this?
Hey.
Hi. Hi. Do you want to go get brother? Come on. Let's go get brother. Hello. Hello. Wake up, buddy.
Ass, get the garbage can, bro. No. Raccoon, man.
Hi. Goodbye. By the way, I've been listening to this book on Audible, How to Own Your Own Mind by Napoleon Hill, and it's pretty awesome. So if for the new year, one of your big things was to hear more books or read more books, then I'm going to link an Audible link below that if you're not signed up, you can get a free trial. Okay, so I've gotten ready. I didn't record everything that I did, but I just took a shower, shaved, cleaned up my face, and I'm going pretty natural today. So we definitely got a lot of little red pigment things going on, and the impurities and the things that are not completely perfect, because your girl's not completely perfect. But what I like to do, especially in the winter, is let my skin breathe as much as possible, because it is so dry. And this right here, this Aquaphor baby is like giving me life right now. It's keeping everything conditioned and nice and restoring things back. So, all right, let's go figure out what we're gonna do next. Say bye bye. Say bye bye. Delicious. We brought in the new year, we weren't drinking. The first year, like ever, I think. We weren't drinking. And then, the other thing is, you know, normally I'll write like this long, like poetic thing coming in to the new year. And I didn't do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I didn't even feel the need to do that. Like when I say like I'm tired of like sick and sad and trauma, I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but you just work on it and you move on. Like you just keep, like I feel like we've become a society that just sits and sulks all the time now.
As individuals, we got to decide for ourselves. As a society, because we're individuals who make up society. But we don't want to be in that energy. We want to be in that lower state of energy, you know? For years, just same spot. You don't have no plan. You don't have no vision. You don't have no purpose. You don't have nothing guiding you, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Just wasting away.
you need to have something to guide you. You need to say, I need something to help me go, you know?
It's like collectively brought us to this place of like, we're traumatized. We've got ADHD. We've got autism. You know, like all these different ailments. And now it's like, I feel like it was helpful, but you can get stuck there. And what you talk about, like that lady you used to work with that would rather be comfortable in her discomfort than grow. And that's what I think is happening with a lot of this trauma stuff. And a lot of this like, oh, well, it's because this happened to me when I was a kid. So I get that. You know, same with blushing. What we talk about with blushing is like, I get that. I get that it's hard. I get that it's can make you insecure. But like, but then what, you know?
Well, the question you gotta ask yourself, are you gonna stay a kid forever? Or are you gonna grow up? To grow and truly be an adult, you have to let that go.
Yep.
Very strong thing right here. Stop feeding the beast. Stop talking about it. Stop letting your mom wander back to that. Tell her to shut the fuck up. And not speak it out loud. Do not give it any of your energy or your time, you know? And move on. Turn on some high vibration music. Turn on something that makes you feel good. Go out and exercise. And keep feeding this like a beast. The beast is going to keep coming back. That's why they say don't feed wild animals. Wild animals going to keep coming back. They'll rip your fucking face off.
Well, that's what I was saying. I think the therapy stuff has its place. I don't think people should stop if they need it. But I think that when you come out of therapy, start living your life. Go to your therapy, pour it out, cry, and then come back, take whatever tools you have now and live.
Any kind of trauma I had, a lot of my trauma, I just stopped talking about it. I don't feed the beast. I can't even remember half of it. Now,
Yeah.
You know, if I wanted to. So if you don't keep reviving the memory, you're gonna lose it. So and some memories you want to lose and you should lose.
Yeah.
So don't keep reviving it.
I think that's what leaves you with like what's left in your body. I know for me, a lot of stuff with like the blushing and the flushing and the overactive nervous system is, what is my body telling me right now? Because my body's reacting. It's not about my mind anymore, you know? It was my body doing its thing. And that's the stuff that you have to like spend your time there. I think for so long I tried to just figure it out, which was part of the journey. But now I'm just like, I don't care. I just know I can rewire it. I know I can tell it a new story, but I can't do that if I keep staying a 13-year-old girl or a traumatized corporate America girl. So basically since the pandemic started, because we couldn't go anywhere, Tony and I started walking in our driveway because we have this long shared driveway. And so this is like 2023 now, and this is what we do. We take a walk in the driveway. Somebody woke up and is joining us. We are going to let the kids play outside for a minute. The weather is gorgeous today. It's like, let's see what it is. 64 degrees on January 1st. Are you kidding me? Like I said, during the pandemic, we learned to make the most out of our yard. We have a shared driveway and a huge like front yard, so in the neighborhood, which is kind of not ideal. So pretty cool. We didn't really do all that before, so props to the pandemic for that, I guess.
Take me back to the nights we felt alive, picking up the pieces on a summer night. I didn't know that I would feel just like my heart's on fire whenever I'm with you. Cause we go back in time to thrills I miss, and all the things I wish we did. All I know is that I need somebody like you. Cause I can't waste another night sitting here alone, hoping for your voice on the telephone. I know it's a simple cut as you walk away, playing in my mind all the things I never close my eyes, and the sky's on fire. I can't waste another night sitting here alone. We can do it all again, and I'll never let you go.
Just like that, he was gone. Off into the sunset.
And I'll never let you go.
Dang, stop trying. Stop.
And I'll never let you go.
Take me back to another sunrise, back when all I ever needed was by my side. You're a star brighter than Venus, I'm your satellite whenever I'm with you. Cause we go back in time to thrills I miss, and all the things I wish we did.
These things are so good. They're Trader Joe's chocolatey coated chocolate chip cookie dunkers. Look at these things. So good. Got the little chocolate on the back. Making Axe some late lunch, like 2 o'clock. Having a snack. I'm gonna make an espresso in a minute back there.
And the sky's on fire. I can't waste another night sitting here alone. We can do it all again, and I'll never let you go. And I'll never let you go. No, never let you go. No, no, and I'll never let you go.
Look at that. Ooh, I did that on purpose. My gift to you.
Now I'm gonna unload the dishwasher.
A little light going. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I told you today was gonna be pretty random. I wasn't really sure what we had going on. So this is just a day in my life, and this is New Year's Day. I'm off work, Tony's off work, the family's hanging out. We're just kind of doing our thing, hanging around, drinking coffee. We got some outside time. It's so nice out there. And I usually just kind of like throw myself in here and start my podcast, but since I'm bringing you along, I figured let's make it look a little nicer. Move my tissue box. Aesthetic. The aesthetic is necessary. If you haven't checked out my podcast, you can find that at aprilpointer.com. You'll see a couple things there. You will see Blushing Phoenix, which I talked about earlier in the video about the urethrophobia and chronic blushing support. And then also you're going to see AP Creative, which is new as far as like being established as this new thing, as something I created to be able to help people express their creativity. I feel like so many people are keeping that stuff locked up and suppressing their creative nature because there's just there's no time for it, or I don't know, maybe somehow you got discouraged and flipped upside down in your thoughts about your creativity, and so you just put it to rest, and we want to bring that back out. We need to get that out of you. So anyway, that's what AP Creative is, and if you're interested in the new year in trying to get yourself a YouTube channel going, or a podcast, or a blog, or something that is your expressive outlet, it's just something you've been saying you're going to do, you're going to write a book, whatever that may be for you, and you need some assistance and you need some accountability, and you would like to invest into that part of your life, then feel free to check out aprilpointer.com and check out AP Creative and see what we offer there. Everything's so dusty in here. When you see dust particles flying by, you'll know. You'll know what they are. My bad. We're just surviving. We're surviving here. We're gonna get our music going first. That's our... There it is. Ooh. All right, got the music in. Now let's get in track 2 and start first. So the worst thing ever is when you spend your time recording some stuff and then you find out that it actually didn't even record. So I gotta do microphone check and all that stuff, make sure I'm all hooked up here and connected and ready to go. Let's see. Let's pull this back. We're on track 2 and we are recording. Microphone check 1 2, check 1 2, making sure that everything's all hooked up and working before I ramble on for about 20 to 30 minutes and nothing records. That should do it. Let's listen. Let's give it a listen. Sounding good. Boom. All right, it's a working, so we're gonna get rid of that and we're gonna toss a new recording in, and here we go. I'm gonna read a quote. That's what today's podcast is about, is this quote that I saw the other day, and it just gave me all kinds of thoughts, and I was just like, I gotta talk about that on the podcast, especially in the new year. Ooh, all right, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am April Pointer. I am your host. Thank you so much for being here and spending your time with me. First and foremost, Happy New Year. I hope that you had a fantastic celebration bringing in the new year. I'm gonna read this quote to you that I read from Jeff Brown, and it says, "Friends fell away as I individuated on my soul's journey. As I shed one self-sense, I no longer identified with the people attached to it. Old ways of interacting seemed artificial, scripted, silly, whereas before it was fine to hang out and waste time. Now there was no time to lose. Now I had to protect my sacred purpose from connections that undermined it. Be prepared for the lonely times on the journey. It can be very isolating to quest for true path amid the trumpets of modern life. Walking through uncharted territory often means walking alone. This is particularly true in the transition stages before we find our consciousness soul pod. It's like primary school all over again. Who will be my first real friends? The things that I normally would enjoy talking about or connect with other people about, I just didn't want to talk about it anymore. You're not involved in my life enough in the day-to-day. You're not relevant enough in my life to know how much I'm evolving and how much I'm changing. And yet you're thinking that we're still these super close friends, and we're not. They're not growing, and I firmly believe that you are who you hang with. I had to grieve it. I had to grieve it really heavily for a couple of months with a couple of people because I knew the old is gone and the new is coming. People are your friends because of proximity, meaning because it's convenient when you work together. Like if you have a work bestie, it's because you work together. In that inner sphere of somebody's life, you really know, what are they dealing with on a soul level? How are they growing? What projects are they working on? What accomplishments have they had over the past few months? And then you just wind up putting these expectations on people that they cannot meet, and you just wind up disappointed. To connect with somebody or get close with somebody, but you know, hold on. Tony! Is somebody knocking on the wall? Can you make him stop? This is my real life. I'm recording and they're knocking on the wall. It's Axe knocking on the wall. So now I'm stopping what I was saying. I'm going to check to see if any of that's picking up in my audio, and then we will pick back up where we left off. Totally can hear it, but there's the cool thing about what I use here is it should let me silence some of that stuff out. I just feel like I can't have that in my life, and that you're feeding the beast when you are sulking in this sad space. Just, you are being called to that higher space. You're being called to evolve beyond where you've been. And I finished up my podcast for today, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit it very quickly. This literally takes no time at all. I'm gonna throw in some music. Let's take this out so I can get this off my head. Woo! And throw in some music. Toxic ones especially, and the ones that you feel like the lights have gone off with. Find a way. Get rid of this. We're gonna close. All right, let's see what that sounded like. Toxic ones especially, and the ones that you feel like the lights have gone off with. Find a way to move through that in a very graceful way, and hopefully not burning a lot of bridges. And until next time, we'll talk in my next episode. Hey, have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye. This is my jam. Awesome. Okay, now I'm gonna go check it out in the beginning. I need to clean up the intro just a little bit. Oh, yeah, just a little bit. And let's hear what our intro sounds like, and then I think we should be good to go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am April Pointer. I am your host. I feel like we just want to move that up just a little bit. The intro was a little long. 9 seconds, perfect. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am April Pointer. I am your host. All right. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up any background noise. Hopefully, the knocking at the wall will be done. I mean, will be done. Will be removed, and we'll see how that goes. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap this vlog up here because I feel like this has been a long day with a lot of content, and it's probably, I mean, who even knows what this is gonna look like. I haven't done a vlog in a really long time, especially one as detailed as today. But I wanna thank you for coming along on the journey today. Again, it's New Year's Day. It's just a day in our life. There's really been no rhyme or reason, just kind of hanging out with us today, and I appreciate you coming along for the journey. That kid sounds like a pterodactyl out there. How do I get anything done around here? Anyway, thanks for coming along on the journey today, and we hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, if you want to come along for some more shenanigans as we're trying to figure out what we're doing here. I'm sure it's going to be a good time, and would love to connect with you further. So until next time, I'm going to look forward to maybe doing these weekly. We'll see how the editing goes on that. And what do you think, Axe? You think we can do that? You say bye-bye? Say bye-bye? You get to tell them bye-bye. Look. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Gaga. Gaga.
I want some money.
Yeah, because I don't have any.
Okay.
With it, we're riding, you know, hitting the streets, hitting it hard down the boulevard. Got our coffee,
Got our family.
our nitros, got our three amigas in the back. We're in the streets. We're gonna stay in the streets. Stay in the streets too.
I don't want to stay in the streets.
You know, the movie Breaking. You know about street
It is not
people?
breaking.
Breaking.
Break in.
Break in. This
Broken.
broken. In the song Street People.
Street people. I am so overstimulated. I was just telling Tony, I'm like, it's not been a bad day, but I have just been like, you know when like your kids are like touching you and bumping you and talking to you and like there's a lot of noise and there's a lot of motion and just overstimulated. And Tony so gracefully just went and put the baby to bed. Let's see if I can sit you right here. Perfect. So basically earlier, as you heard me say, I was talking on the podcast. I know there were some snippets that you heard in regards to just when you have evolved, when this old version of you has now gone away and now you're stepping into this new version, but you don't really fully see it yet and you don't really fully experience it yet, but you know a lot has changed. And then you're hanging around people or you're talking to people and it just feels so empty and it feels so, you just feel so distant from people even though they're right there. And it's not that they necessarily have done anything wrong or they are toxic or you need to abandon the friendship completely. But it's like you can't move on to this new version of you because they are holding you as who they believe you are or who you were 3 years ago or who you were when they were last in your sphere. If you're interested in listening to the podcast that I did today in regards to friends that are in your proximity, is that the right word? Proximity? Friends that are in your like convenient friendships, like with people you work with, and then when you don't work with them anymore, what that looks like, then definitely check out my podcast, April Pointer, on Thursdays. I try to keep that going every Thursday or so. So, and you can find that wherever you like to hear podcasts. Plug that, go check that out. I'll link it below as well. But anyway, I think that, you know, for myself, I just have really been evolving a lot over 2022. So much of my life has changed. My job changed, my family changed, my different dynamics of people in my life have changed, my body changed. There's so much that changed. And being around people who anchor you back to this old version of you is not going to allow you to fully express and move into who you have actually evolved into, if that makes sense. And so I just wanted to share a little bit about my experience because I know that when you are with people who are toxic or there's just these behaviors in these relationships that are no longer serving you and they're not good for you, then that's easy. I say easy, but it's easy to move on from those because you know and have identified there are major issues and problems there. But truly, when it's just you're evolving beyond a person and you're changing and your mindset has changed and you feel like you're anchored to the past because they're not growing and they're not moving forward, so they are holding you back to who you used to be instead of actually spending time with you and knowing who you are now and getting to know you now. So anyway, that was kind of my 2 cents, a little bit about what I was talking about in that podcast today. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the vlog up for real this time. And I think actually I'm going to show you my overnight oats because that's something that I've been eating recently, like every morning. And it's so easy, super easy. So I'm going to show you that. And then I will see you in my next one. Happy New Year. All right, so I'm going to show you these overnight oats that I've been making pretty much every night. They are so good. I've always heard some people like talk about it, but I was like, really? Can it? Can it really be that good? But they really are they good. I just realized that we're out of milk. What am I gonna do about that? Let's see what we got on hand. Oh, okay, we got some unsweet vanilla. Let's see if I can actually like get all the way up there. Oh, yeah, there's seems like a half cup. So I'm gonna use this vanilla milk. I'm gonna use, oh my gosh, please excuse my kitchen. We had dinner and it's like a disaster here now. I'll clean that up later. Quick 1 minute oats. We're gonna do this. And then I'm gonna do a Greek yogurt. A little bit of Greek yogurt. Super easy. So watch this. Okay, so I'm gonna take half a cup of these quick oats. Let's make it happen. Toss those in there. Half a cup of, I would normally just do regular almond milk, but this is a unsweetened vanilla because we're out of the other ones. I'm gonna do a half a cup of that in. A fourth of a cup, I just used this Greek yogurt vanilla. Gives it a little sweetness. This is a fourth of a cup. I'm just gonna roughly measure that and take a spoon and I'm gonna stir it up. Lid on top. And I'm gonna pop it in the fridge for overnight. So in the morning when I get up, what I normally do, and like you could put chia seeds in there and whatever, but in the morning normally what I do is I get up and I will toss, I'll stir it up. If it's real thick, you just put a little bit of almond milk in it and it'll loosen it back up again. And then I put like a little handful of blueberries and where is it at? I'd really like putting this coconut cashew stuff in there recently. It's just some granola clusters, which can really be a ton of calories if you are watching your calories. So I just put literally like a little sprinkle because it's smushy. It's a mushy meal. And I like putting that in there. You could put apples, you could put whatever you want in there. A little bit of honey if you like it a little sweeter, but I don't. Also, I wanted to tell you all that this, if you are a person that doesn't really love drinking protein powder, I'm one of those people. I'm super picky about protein powder. This one right here is so good. I don't know if this is gonna show backwards to you because I'm using my phone right now, but this is Vega Protein and Greens, the chocolate one specifically. Vanilla's good too, but this one is the best. Like so good. You just put like a banana with it and blend it up. It's so, so good. If you struggle with getting extra protein into your diet and you don't like protein powders, this is the one, I'm telling you. And let's see, it's 120 calories for 1 scoop, 20 grams of protein. Yummy. I'll link this below if you're interested in checking this out. All right, I am going to clean up in here, get me a shower, and probably do some editing on this video. See you all soon. Also, can we just like how dirty am I after being climbed on? This is like the mother of a baby. Cute.